welcome back to Hitchin Farm. Today we're going to be doing a quick video on our pastured pig project we've started. We've moved all of our pigs this winter into the woodland because we're trying to move towards more regenerative agriculture practices. But first and foremost, we've got 3 new feral kittens that need names. If anyone can think of a name for 2 tabby cats and a black kitten, do let us know below. They are a little bit savage, but we're working on taming them down. Yeah, it's very, very cute. Oh, you're here too. Nimbus is here too, because she can't be left out. Yeah, no.
So this time round we have 4 large black gilts. We kept them in for the first month or so to get them going and also to try and make them a little bit friendlier. What we're hoping for is that the pigs will have an improved quality of life and we will have drastically cut our feed bills for them because we've got an absolute mass of acorns on the ground this year, which hopefully they will like and they'll take to eating instead of our expensive hard feed. So one of the first jobs to do was to train them to the electric fencing. If you've ever worked with this stuff, you will know it's an absolute nightmare to deal with. So I've just spent nearly an hour untangling this fence. Brought it all in here, lovely and tidy. Turn around. There's a pig stuck in it. And now it's a mess again. After some more extensive untangling, we realised we couldn't even use this in the pig pen because the stone floor was too hard. So we resorted to putting in some insulators and an electric fence across the front of the barn instead. It's only a 12-volt battery, so it's not a particularly serious sort of shock. It's just a bit of a surprise. But the pigs didn't take long at all to realise they really did not like that.
If you're new to our channel, you might not know that we are a horse-drawn farm, so all the work that we're doing with the pigs and all the other livestock, we're using horsepower instead of a tractor. So you'll notice that the horses are pulling around boxes of pigs in this video instead of using a trailer.
And it's really useful because they can just get into places where tractors can't, and our farm at the moment with the amount of rain we've had is horrifically wet, so right. We'd be making massive ruts if we used a tractor, whereas with the horses we can nip in and out and you wouldn't really know that we've been there.
No, and I think another benefit is that because we're doing everything a little bit more slowly, we see a lot more of what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, seeing where all the best patches of acorns are just on your way out and things like that. It's I think it's a better way of doing it.
Sort of have more close contact sport.
Yeah.
So in terms of infrastructure, this is the only thing we really needed, which is a pig ark.
Right, so it was awkward to build. It's not very well built. It's one from a local agricultural merchant. Won't say who it is. But yeah, so we're going to put it on the sledge and drag it because we're worried that we're just going to tear it apart if these guys just pull it down the field. Okay.
Our patch of woodland is about 1 kilometre from the yard where we've been keeping the pigs. And as you can see, we had some typically Welsh weather to get us started with getting them out. In terms of the fencing, we're just using the orange electric netting, which is pretty bog standard, with corner posts made out of wood, so we brought the post rammer with us as well. So those wooden corner posts are really key to helping keep the fence tense, which stops the pigs from getting tangled up in it, as well as making it more of an impenetrable barrier.
And welcome to our new pig HQ. We've just brought out all of the stuff that we need to make the new pig pen on our sledge. With our 2 horses here, we've got Opal and Roger, our mare and stallion team. And we're going to be putting the pigs in here for a large part of the winter so that they can eat the acorns that the horses can't eat. And also clear up the ground, scarify things a little bit and see if we can get some more regen going in here.
The next job was to bring the pigs down. Unfortunately at the moment we don't have a trailer, so we had to be a little bit more imaginative with how we were going to get them down to the woods.
So what we're actually going to do to take the pigs out is to use one of our poultry sheds. It's actually already got runners on it, so we can just hitch it up and drag it along. And once they're out there, we'll be able to move them just with some gentle bribery, hopefully.
Right, so here we have the chicken house, and today what we've just managed to get in there are the ladies. What? Can you see? Oh, piggy wigs. So what we're going to do is we're going to take them in the mobile chicken house over. You can just see the woodland in the distance there with the team.
Hello, it's day 5 today of the pigs being out in the woods. They are just starting to do a little bit of damage to the ground. So tomorrow we're probably going to move them. But what we've been finding is that they've actually eaten roughly only about half of the feed that they normally eat inside. So they're obviously finding quite a lot that they like out here. Tomorrow we'll be putting up a new pen. Instead of moving them on, we're actually just going to double the size of their existing pen because they've done a really nice job of making a nice little home for themselves in here. I'll just show you now. So they've kicked out all of the straw that we put in there for them. Didn't want that. But they've dug up the surface of the bed. They've made it all nice and comfy in there. And you can even see where there was a gap here all along. They have blocked that up with straw and mud so that they don't get any of a draft in their lovely little house. It's very clever. Our original plan was to move them every 3 to 5 days, but we started monitoring how much of the hard feed they were eating instead, and found that we could actually cut our feed bill by more than half, by about 75% if we moved them regularly enough. So another benefit of having the pigs in the wood is that we are able to desensitise all of the horses to the presence of pigs. As you can see, the boys are not in the least concerned. And they were more interested in playing a game of who can pick on a pig over the fence than they were worried about them. So here they are, eating a little bit today, so we'll be moving them again.
And what that also means is that they're clearing up the acorns that the horses can't eat. Acorns are toxic to horses. It's really important that we don't let them eat them. And we've had a mass year this year of acorns. There are loads.
It's carpeted.
Absolutely loads on the ground.
And what we're hoping for is a bit of a scarification, so like a light cultivation over the top surface of the soil in the woodland, so that we can get regeneration, because we haven't got any young trees coming up in this little bit of woodland because it's been heavily grazed by sheep. But this also means so that the pigs don't do too much damage constantly moving them. So literally every other day these pigs are moving onto fresh ground.
We're actually saving about 75% of our feed costs on the pigs, which is pretty epic, really.
Yeah.
As well as, you know, stopping our horses from getting poisoned.
The only minor issue we've had with the pigs is a couple of sprain injuries from being on slightly steeper bits of ground. And there is also the slight con of them never being hungry, which means that they're not so keen on us.
When we moved their fence the other day, they managed to get out, and it took 4 days to get them back in.
We did.
Eventually, curiosity got the better of them, and they ended up in our poultry orchard, where we were able to trap them back in the poultry shed and take them back to the woods. But not after they played a good game of Chase the Turkey.
Yeah, so they're now back in the woods again. So the system's not been perfect, has it? But it's been pretty good. I think we did it again.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Just needs a little bit more setup, really, with regards to like the interior fencing needs to be
A bit
sort
better.
of set up properly so that we can just move them from paddock to paddock.
Thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn any more about our new regenerative practices and also anything about horse-drawn farming, do hit subscribe to check out some of our other videos. We've got lots of things planned.